have confidence and trust in the game. I think you are making myself clear.
Now, moving away from the lottery business, now let's go to some public speaking endeavor where Busy Speakers Toastmasters Club has awarded excellent members who worked tidily in the 2021 year under review. Now, speaking to Omi TV, the president of the club, Peter Nyako Dankwa, revealed that the club is ready to welcome any new member interested in sharpening their speaking skills.
Thank you very much for the question. Toastmasters is an international organization that focuses on helping people develop their communication and leadership skills. So it is purely a non-profit organization that aims to help people develop communication and leadership skills. Good question. We are a self-paced system. So what it means is that you have a course, and the course that we call it a pathway. So a pathway basically is a collection of projects that is expected to give you a particular competence. The same way at the universities we have the science course, we have arts, we have engineering and so on. In Toastmasters we call it a pathway. So each pathway has a collection of projects that is supposed to give you a specific competence. So for example, we have dynamic leadership, and as the name suggests, if someone is interested in improving upon their leadership skills, dynamic leadership is a good pathway to pick. We have visionary communication, we have engaging humor, even how to use humor in everyday language and everyday conversations. We have that. We have strategic relations, we have presentation mastery, the use of PowerPoint. We have a path for that. So basically a typical Toastmasters meeting has 3 sessions. We have the prepared speeches, we have the table topics, then we have the evaluation. So in a normal setting, we have people who have read their projects on their pathways. So there's a portal where you visit to get access to the educational materials. Once you are done reading online, you are asked to come and deliver a speech in front of your club members. So once you come to the club level and deliver your speech, what happens is that you'll be assigned an evaluator, and that evaluator is going to look at what you just did in front of the club and give you feedback. So basically the whole point of Toastmasters is for you to get feedback on how you are moving along with what you are learning. And once you get the feedback, you are able to incorporate it in your next speech or in your next project. So that's how Toastmasters works. And even in a meeting, we even check grammar, we check time. So for every Toastmasters meeting, every single item on the agenda is timed. And at the end of the meeting, the timer comes to give you how well you use your time. You are given 10 minutes, you spoke for 7 minutes, you'll be given all that information so that as you keep growing your Toastmasters journey, you'll be able to know how far you are improving. We check grammar as well to help us improve on our vocabulary. So the grammarian of the day will even suggest a new word for everybody to learn. So by the end of the month or so, you might have 2 or 3 new words you can use in your everyday language. And one thing I must mention is that because it's a self-paced system and it's also voluntary, what happens is that every single member plays a role. So we don't have input experts from outside or experts who have learned communication coming to teach us. We do that ourselves and we help each other improve. So that's how Toastmasters works. Okay, good question. So Toastmasters is the big organization. Then every club has a name. So we are Busy Speakers Toastmasters Club. It is under the bigger Toastmasters International. So we have Toastmasters International, and Toastmasters International is the main organization that manages the clubs. So just as I'm saying, we have Busy Speakers Toastmasters Club, we have East Lagos Toastmasters Club, we are all Toastmasters clubs, but we report to the international organization, which is Toastmasters International. They are located in Englewood, Colorado, in the US.
To do that could have been your story and what led you into Busy Speakers in the first place. Because one thing that I always tell people to focus on is that you join Toastmasters with a why. The why basically is to answer that question. What is it that you're looking forward to doing in your own life to improve upon yourself, to build much more capacity, so that you can be of relevance in your space, whether at home, at work, in the nation, or beyond. And that is the reason why I joined Toastmasters at one point in time. As a staff of the US Embassy, I was struggling to be a leader of older people. We know how in Ghana, a lot of people would look at leadership and giving direction in terms of, why are you this little child telling me what to do? But I grew up all my life from a military background, fathered by a military officer and mothered by a police officer. So you can imagine, you just had to listen, be heard, but ultimately you knew that you had to deliver, or you would get rewarded or punished. And coming into that space, you would feel that everybody is breathing so that they can live and they can do something. But it doesn't always work out the same way, in the same way you envision things to be. So while you look at, let's get some work done, let's get a project done, let's execute a certain task. Not everybody is going to put your back into it. And sometimes you may need to lift people so that they are able to stand on that pedestal to work. Sometimes you probably need to give a few people some kicks in the back to get them to move. And there are others that sometimes they just have to toddle along, and you just have to be patient enough to just straddle them as you go. And we learn all of that in Toastmasters, the beauty of which has made me